Establishing wide shot. Have you ever felt like the weight of the world is on your shoulders? Like you're the one who has to fix every problem, every hurt, every little thing that goes wrong for the people around you? What if I told you that trying to fix it all could be the very thing breaking you? And there's a better way. Character enters scene, back view. Let me share a story about a woman named Sarah. Sarah was the kind of person everyone turned to. She lived in a small town, worked as a teacher, and had a heart as big as the ocean. Close-up of character face with strong emotion. From a young age, she learned to help others. Her mom was sick when she was little, so Sarah cooked meals, cleaned the house, and even helped with her little brother's homework. If I don't do it, who will? She used to think. And that became her way of life. Character sitting alone. As she grew up, Sarah kept that habit. At work, if a student was struggling, she'd stay late to tutor them. If a friend had a fight with their partner, she'd drop everything to listen and give advice. Her family. Oh, they relied on her too. Her dad lost his job once, and Sarah jumped in, helping him rewrite his resume, calling old contacts, even lending money from her savings. I can fix this, she'd say to herself, smiling through the tiredness. Symbolic object. But life has a way of piling on, doesn't it? One day, Sarah's best friend, Lisa, called in tears. Lisa's marriage was falling apart. Her husband was distant, and they argued all the time. Sarah listened for hours that night. Don't worry, she said. I'll help you figure this out. She started researching marriage counselors, sending Lisa articles on communication, and even offered to mediate a talk between them. Meanwhile, at school, one of her students, a quiet boy named Tim, was getting bullied. Sarah couldn't stand it. She talked to the principal, met with the other kids' parents, and set up anti-bullying workshops. It felt good at first, like she was making a difference. Conflict is struggle moment. Then came the family stuff. Her brother, Mike, was in trouble again. He'd been out of work for months, spending too much time at the bar. Sarah drove over every weekend. She'd clean his apartment, cook healthy meals, and push him to apply for jobs. You can do this, Mike, she'd encourage him. But he kept slipping back. And her own life. Well, Sarah didn't have time for that. Her apartment was a mess, her dates never lasted because she was always cancelling, and sleep. That was a luxury she couldn't afford. Pause for a moment and think. Have you ever been like Sarah? Always the fixer, the one who says yes when your heart screams no. It's exhausting, isn't it? Things started to crack. Sarah woke up one morning with a pounding headache that wouldn't go away. She ignored it, of course, there was too much to do. That week, Lisa's marriage hit rock bottom. Her husband left, and Lisa blamed Sarah. You pushed me to confront him too soon, she yelled over the phone. Sarah felt a stab in her chest. Had she made it worse? At school, Tim's bullying stopped, but now the other parents were complaining about her interfering. The principal called her in. Sarah, you're a great teacher, but you can't solve every kid's problem. Focus on your class. Emotional turning point. And Mike. He showed up at her door one night, drunk and angry. Stop treating me like a child, he shouted. I don't need you fixing my life, I need you to just be my sister. Those words hit her hard. She slammed the door after he left, tears streaming down her face. Alone in her cluttered living room, Sarah collapsed on the couch. Her head throbbed, her body ached, and her heart felt heavy. Why does everything fall apart when I try so hard? She whispered to the empty room. Hopeful shift. That was the breaking point, the climax of it all. Sarah realized she was drowning in everyone else's storms, and she'd forgotten how to swim in her own. The next day, she called in sick for the first time in years. She sat by the window, watching the rain fall, and thought about her life. Why did she feel this need to fix everything? It came from love, sure, but also from fear that if she didn't step in, things would crumble and it'd be her fault. Character smiling, feeling peace. She remembered her mom's words from long ago. Sarah, you can't carry the world, honey. Sometimes, people need to find their own way. But back then, she hadn't listened. Now, it made sense. Sarah decided to change. She started small. With Lisa, she sent a simple message: "I'm here if you need to talk, but I trust you to handle this your way." Lisa was surprised, but grateful. At school, Sarah focused on teaching her lessons well, referring Tim to the counselor instead of taking it all on herself. And with Mike, she invited him over for coffee. No lectures, no plans. Just listening. "Tell me how you're feeling," she said. He opened up, and for the first time, they talked like equals. It wasn't easy. There were days when the urge to jump in and fix things bubbled up. Like when a colleague complained about workload, Sarah bit her tongue and said, "That sounds tough. What do you think you'll do?" Instead of offering solutions. Slowly, her headaches faded. She had time to jog in the mornings, read books she'd forgotten about, and even go on a real date. Her relationships deepened because people saw her as a friend, not a savior. Final resolution scene. One evening, months later, Sarah sat with Mike on her porch. He had a new job, not perfect, but his own effort. "Thanks for stepping back," he said. "It made me step up." Sarah smiled, feeling a warmth she hadn't known before. She wasn't exhausted anymore. She was free. Abstract symbolic shot, letting go. So, what's the lesson here? Don't try to fix everything. It's okay to help, but not at the cost of yourself. Sometimes, the best way to support someone is to let them struggle and grow on their own. It doesn't make you selfish, it makes you wise. Think about your life right now. Are you carrying too much? What if you let go of one thing today? You might find that the world keeps turning, and you get to breathe easier. Abstract symbolic shot, path to horizon. Remember, life isn't about being the hero in every story. It's about being present in your own. If this touched you, hit that like button, subscribe for more stories that inspire, and share in the comments. What's one thing you're going to stop trying to fix? Thanks for watching. See you next time.